realistically 5 teams here who can win. There is a bit of a gap between our third to fifth place, but it doesn't take much. You have one good game, you get yourself maybe 10 points behind Burem and LG Divine, and then you have another good game after that, and who knows? So coming into these Erangels, I think they'll probably be the most pivotal games of the tournament, and especially coming into the final day.
So 2 games to go tonight, 4 games to go tomorrow. And you can see the rankings for Erangel. Buriram, the leaders there. LG Divine, well, their point drop-off is pretty noticeable compared to Miramar. Fury as well, definitely the better Erangel team. And this is what I'm saying, that when it's all said and done, when we get through these 2 games on Erangel, I think we will know a bit more of the picture. Because right now it feels like we've got half the puzzle, and there's a few pieces missing, because we've seen Miramar. All right, couple of teams a little bit more lackluster on Miramar compared to Erangel. Now let's go over to Erangel, see what they can do. It makes it very pivotal, though, for Fury, who would be sitting back, especially some of their fans probably going, all right, it's okay. They're much better on Erangel. They'll get back into it there. If they don't do well in this match and the next match, I don't see how they're going to be able to come back with just 4 games remaining. So very much do or die already for Fury, Division X as well, and of course Cerberus, who have made a late comeback.
And Division X haven't had the best Erangels to date. They've got 29 of their, what are they, 130 points. So 101 points coming from Miramar. That goes to show what their Erangel is like at the moment. So for Division X to really solidify themselves in this top 5, they need to have some even average games on Erangel. I think they can keep themselves in that top 5, sharp and not very far behind, but they just need to do a little bit to keep themselves.
Buriram United right now, first place, only 12.3% though for the Pick'ems. So apparently there weren't too many that wanted to back them in for the win. A decent amount, but the majority going for LG Divine, which, look, still 6 games to play. No reason that LG Divine can't find the gear that they once had at the beginning of the season. But in terms of the storyline, it's been a very similar play out for LG Divine to PCS2, where, of course, in PCS2, LG Divine got off to a great start there as well. In fact, a worse start than technically PCS3. Despite that, they had a bigger lead and they held it for longer. And despite their 5 out of 7 wins to start PCS3, they've kind of slowed down a lot earlier, and Buriram was able to keep the pace for a lot longer. And so now towards the end, where LG Divine have sort of run out of steam, Buriram are looking to overtake them.
Yeah, I think for the likes of Buriram and even Fury to a certain extent, is they know that they can catch up, right? So they did it the last time, they closed the gap, and this time they had a lot more leeway. So for Buriram to put themselves in that first position now, they've done it early, they've got it out of the way, and it's all just a matter of holding that now, and that's probably the hardest part. When you don't know how many points you actually need to have each game to catch up, it makes it a little bit difficult. Ooh, Levi's with a really nice opener onto Simon T here, but it looks like the rest of Hydra Gaming is coming in hard and fast. Levi not able to get another one, as Rabbit will take him down. The rest of LG Divine, though, looks like they're actually going to commit. NAMC gets taken down. Jun will get a return onto Mickey. There is 1 player down for Hydra, or 2 players down for Hydra at the moment, and 1 flushed out for Divine. Jayand will get the flush onto Mickey as well.
They can still turn this around. I know it's Levi's. NAMC's still obviously bleeding out. Jayand knocked by Rabbit. John expecting the push to come, but he's up for the task, and he wins it to end Robo, the solo. The last one remaining now for Hydra Gaming. Vietnam versus Vietnam here as well. Jun is going to be caught from behind, but he was expecting and waiting for it. He landed the headshot, but it still wasn't enough. LG Divine are out in last place, but they did get 3 kills, so it's not a donut edge. They got something. Technically, they take back top spot, but they're not going to be able to gain anything else this game. Big effort from Hydra Gaming. And that means that LG Divine have to sit on the sidelines. Everyone also, Fury, Buriram, they would have been watching that kill feed and would have seen, right, they're out, they're gone. we've got to capitalize.
Yeah, that's right. And Fury looks pretty confident in their rotate now, knowing that Divine normally takes up a lot of real estate in this area, Hydra Gaming as well. And it looks like Fury are just probably going to breach onto Hydra Gaming now. They do look to swerve away, but they do come back in as we say that. So Chuan Robo really needs to just get out of here, I think. I think that's the smart play, but like Kikamuka, a lot of damage. not enough there. And he will just bail right now. Oh, he's actually getting chased down by Flood. Flood gets the seed swap onto Chuan Robo. Oh, that's what we love to see. Nice little seat swap in PUBG.
When you're hungry for kills, that's what it looks like. Flood did not give up on the play. The seat swap eliminated Chuan Robo. Fury finding a kill, well executed in the end. It started off with a bit of team damage as well. Ronan was peppering Waikikamuka, who almost got the knock. Regardless, that kill does put Fury back into third place. Every kill so important as well towards the back end, towards the end of these matches for PCS3 Apac. Look at that circle, though. You would think it is going to be more so on the north side of the Ross River rather than the south side, which is why you're seeing the teams commit early to that north side. It's a lot easier as well to then come to the south side if required, which I think we can both agree, Edge, it's very unlikely that it's going to go to the south the way that we've seen this circle play out time and time again. And Fury's not in a bad position. Neither is Magic Esports, Angel Alliance, Division X over towards shooting range. Buriram will come in late, but that suits their playstyle. Even if maybe this portion of Erangel is not the best for it, I think that that's still something that they're okay with coming in late.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if Fury can keep their players alive, it was looking a bit sketchy for a moment there. They've got a really good split on the northern end, so whatever the circle does end up doing, if it goes to the north of the river, they'll be in a lovely spot. And for the likes of Buriram, they are on that southern edge around Pachinki now. It looks like they're just going to play their style. They're going to sit up on the edge and just hold out and wait for what the next circle brings, and then make their decision after that.
I'll tell you what, though, we've been quite blessed with the finale for PCS3 APAC, the finale of APAC PUBG in general for 2020. It's everything you sort of hope for in a tournament. Yeah, close finish between at least a minimum of two teams going neck and neck, but then there's also a mini pack, the peloton, as Jordan likes to call it, just below them that are all still in striking distance if they can find wins and find high point games for all three of Fury, Cerberus, and Division X. I mean, even theoretically, from an internal perspective, Sharper Esport would probably still give themselves a very slim chance if they can have some massive games to close out tonight. From an outsider perspective, I'm not sure I would share the same sentiment, but really as players, you've got to have those positive thoughts that you can still come back. And in saying that, I think their goal would probably be more so to finish in the top 5, which is certainly achievable, only 15 points behind Division X Gaming. 8.5 minutes gone, though, Edge, and 14 teams, 56 alive. An absolute stark contrast to Miramar.
Yeah, that's right. Miramar does seem to be that map that's a little bit more spaced out, so teams can generally get their positions no matter whether it's a compound or a set of defilades that they can play through. And they don't generally, you don't generally see team wipes early on unless you've got LG Divine making early breaches. But this will be an interesting circle with a little bit of a 50-50 split, a little bit favoring towards the north side. Fury, who we were saying was in one of those really nice spots, is now maybe not in the best spot as they're currently on the edge of the zone. So be very interesting game, and I love that we've got a little bit of a spice happening for our angles now.
Fear going to be eliminated. Kim Siver finding that frag for Sharper Esport. Kim Siver being the best player for Sharper Esport this event, no doubt about it. Loki's going to be pushing out. I think he's going to get eliminated here, surely. Somehow doesn't even get knocked coming out of that UAZ at 100 miles an hour. Face planting the wall, essentially. Stayed alive. Now gets knocked in the end, though, by Kim Siver, who's single-handedly making something here for Sharper Esport. And once again, Bay just cannot win fights. That's been the downfall. At the end of the day, they're just not winning their fights. They're just not winning anything. And that's why they're down to 11th, almost down to 12th.
It was a little bit of an unlucky pull up there by Jukesy, picking up the nade from the other side of the wall, which was a little bit of an interesting one in my eyes, but nonetheless, Sharper Esports looking to come in very strong for our wrangle now. Neverhall trying to pick up the res onto Jukesy, actually being surrounded by the players but not being pushed up on
Poor
at
Jukesy.
the moment. Yeah, it's not looking good for Jukesy at the moment.
It hasn't looked good for Jukesy all night. First it's the flash grenade, then it's the frag grenade. And really from here as well, it just makes it... Was that through the wall as well?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
I swear that was through the wall. I'm not even... what? Or was that outside?
I'm not entirely sure, but Jukesy is a magnet right now.
Oh, Jukesy's just like, that's it, I've had enough. I'm not doing this anymore. I swear to God that was through the wall. Oh, no. Maybe it's like just that wall specifically. I don't know. Poor Jukesy. For those who don't realize, he copped a flash grenade in the, I think it was the last game, or was it the game before that as well, through a wall? Man.
Yeah, that Miramar game as well wasn't the best for them, having Divine do the first breach on them. And I think it was the first game where Divine breached them in the long building.
Yeah. They haven't really been able to play their own game tonight as a whole for Battle Arena Elites. They've just been under so much pressure. Unfortunately, they bow out once again. Only one game to go tonight. 89 points. Have not been able to replicate the PCS2 performance, which was a really decent performance. I think in the end it was the top 5 finish from recollection. BRM on the move, though. They're going to take control of apartments and school along with this crate, which has already been looted. MK14. But it's a gamble, isn't it? Right now, you're down to this 50-50 gas. Phase 3 does like to get rid of the water, even if it doesn't need to. If it does it now, you would think it would favor the north side. And looking at the map from what I can see, and now what you guys can see as well, teams are favoring that north side. There's a select few around Rostock, School and Apps down to the south. And well, that basically just gives us the indication we're going north now. So it does do the job. There is a bit of water. There are still quite a few avenues over to the north side. Doesn't need to be sort of the desperate rush across. But the sooner you can get to the north side, the better if you are, say, Day Trade, BRM, or Sharper Esport.
Yeah, and even Ferox, they should be grouping up any moment now, as Bryn and Sweet Soul do have that rather central position. It will shift off the water next zone, but they'll still be in an incredibly good spot to work up the hill that Angel Alliance has. Angel Alliance with a lot of ground to control at the moment, and a lot of teams will be looking to pull up on the side of that hill. So the likes of From the Future, they do control the side at the moment, but it's going to get very hectic. We've got a lot of teams looking to make their rotations, looking to come across the bridge and just make their way onto that north side.
This is going to be a big turning point game, though, for Fury. North side, they've got Purple Moon, Magic Esport that they need to get through on the far north side. If they can't get through this sort of wall, well, then that means they'll die, and it's going to be another sort of nothing game for them. But if they can get through, kills aplenty, decent position around the south of shooting range. It's not going to be easy, though, and you can kind of see the elevation that Purple Moon have got. They are moving away, though. Boss Sense is going to start heading in a more southern direction, which can allow Fury to actually get up this plane of elevation, which is actually going to help them a lot here. So Purple Moon playing a bit more defensive rather than the offensive in looking to sort of gatekeep Fury. They will go the long way. They will go around shooting range, which in turn should put them in the path of Division X Gaming.
And this could be a good start for Division X Gaming as well. If Fury pulls up on the edge of zone near them, they've got nice little areas there, a nice new barracks added in Erangel 2.0 that they can play off and hold other teams out. But Fury looks like they'll just be playing around the outside of the shooting range wall, looking to put the pressure on towards Purple Mood, as Division X are actually trying to gatekeep them here as well. Not really the greatest spot, but it is a position that Fury can hold for now.
30 seconds until phase number 4, which will, of course, eradicate the very south portion of this phase 3 circle. So it'll centralize on top of Ferox, VTR, Angel Alliance from the future should be in a good spot as well. They'll be on the west side of the Phase 4 circle. This is tough for Fury. Really, really difficult position. They definitely need an absolute hard north feed, which is possible because it is going to go northern. How northern is it going to go? We don't know. 3 seconds until we find out. Fury need a bit more time here to wiggle out of shooting range, and they get that time. They get a reprieve. But all it means is it just extending the inevitable? Are they still just not going to be able to manage to get out anyway? Regardless, they got a bit more time to think about it.
I feel like this circle here, this is the kind of circle that will force Division X to not commit so heavily on holding out Fury here. So they'll be just looking to control their hill. They might have one person dedicated to watching Fury so they don't get pushed from behind. But even that, as we see Buriram and Sharper starting to fight while Daytrade's picking off the players from Sharper at the same time, as Tino just needs to get out of here. He's the last player left for Sharper, and Buriram's just fully taken their position for now.
Quick note for the Philippine fans, Angel Alliance have been completely hard-fed here for Phase 4. They're looking good. Good position over at the doubles. They're actually spreading out as well, looking to find kills. So good spot for them. Godmeow's going to get revived. The VTR just going to fall back to their compound, which is not inside of the circle, but they can use it for the time being as Buriram are pushing out. Buriram as well now have to deal with Daytrade coming over the bridge, which they've just accomplished. And they are now going to start to surround Buriram United. Of course, LG Divine, if you've just joined us, they went out in last place, only finding the 3 kills in the very early on against Hydra Gaming. The Buriram with a chance to really extend the lead here, but if they do get swept up down to the southeast and eliminated early, they may get nothing from this game as well as a whole. Venodica's going to be going out to Chibarit of VTR. Samoy just buying some time here. Tanoy actually ended up flashing himself. Kamal's watching it. Got Samoy. Unfortunately for tonight, he's completely outnumbered here against VTR, popping off in the kill feed down to the southeast. It's Buriram versus Daytrade. Ferox VTR as well, keeping an eye on it, but not really getting involved apparently. We can kind of see it in the minimap as well, down to the bottom right hand of the screen as we transition to it now. Edie was knocked, but Buriram coming out on top. They found an early kill in the fight. There's a couple of downed players. Norins and Flash moving ahead now for Daytrade, but with the revive successfully onto Edie, Buriram have got all 4 up, and they've got this high ground as well. Chibarit is the one to watch far off into the distance. Might be able to have an impact against Buriram. For the most part, Daytrade up against it.
Yeah, that's right. And VTR will finally clean out the last Sharper player in Tino. So he will be eliminated in that 13th position. We've still got 12 teams left. Buriram trying to clean up Flash and Noreen's, who are being a little bit of a pest here, and it looks like Ferox is pushing out of their compound as well to third party this. Rain will pick up one onto Canaxi, but Edie will clean up Flash and Noreen. So they do finish the fight. Fury onto Purple Mood. They've got 2 knocked out at the moment. Flood and Inside down. Waikigamukau is already dead, and it's all left up to Ronan now. They do have 5 kills, so they've got themselves a little bit, but slowly but surely getting pushed up on by now by Magic Esports.
Yeah, not much Ronan could really do from there. 5 kills. It makes the gap to Buriram 30 at the moment, 27 to LG Divine for Fury. It's just not enough on Erangel. They needed more. They do have one more opportunity in the game to follow, but as we sort of progress through these games, we're not seeing the Fury that we saw at the end of PCS2, where they were just charging home, winning games, having strong performances. In this case, they're just sort of limping towards the finish line. Cerberus have only got 1 player alive as well, so much for this sort of top 5. Division X do have 4 up, though, and they can push in pretty comfortably from the northwest part of the circle. If they want, they could even wrap to the north and go and try and really pinch Magic Esport. Looks like they're going to go actually straight for the center position here for Phase 5. Buriram, there's a lot of teams around Buriram. Ferox, VTR, they've only got the 3 players, but a lot of kill opportunities await them potentially heading into the future.
If Buriram can make their way out of this very, very rough position, they are getting gate-kept by 2 teams, but if they can make it out, I definitely think that they can pick up a couple of kills here. They can use the Deathlades moving towards the hill in their favor, and if they can hold that and hold out the likes of Ferox, they might be in with a couple of kills and potentially some placements. But Monty does pick up one. Sweet Soul will get another on to Nordra. It's all left up to one player now for Buriram. I believe that's Edie. So he's up against the wall. He's got VTR on one side, and VTR will actually clean him up there.
So a match where LG Divine don't get much in way of points is going to see their competitors also struggle to get a decent amount of points as well. It's essentially a net nothing sort of game, which is good news for Bureau Ram and LG Divine. It makes it very difficult then for Fury, Cerberus, Division X to catch up, because they are running out of games. Only 5 games to play after this. Makes it difficult for those 3 teams in particular. Obviously, this was the best case scenario for LG Divine. They picked up 3 kills, but Bureau Ram didn't achieve much, and the teams below them really didn't achieve much. Division X could still do so. They got 3 players alive. Long K, IQ 500, and Fergus. IQ 500 not at the compound though, and I think Fergus, is he going to try and pick him up? I believe that's what he's trying to do.
Might be a big play if Fergus can actually pick him up, but he does just position himself on the lower side of this hill. Maybe just playing for placement here at this stage, not really wanting to take the compound fight, leaving Long K in there by himself. They do have Unicorn Cyber up on the hill, and it looks like, Long K will just opt to leave as well. So feeling that the edge of the hill is a better play, but they do have all of Magic Esports eyeing them up as they're making their way in now.
8 teams, 28 alive. It's going to be a Southwestern hard shift for phase number 6 from the future. Still have their compound in play. So does Angel Alliance. Barrock's down to the south as well. So, in retrospect, when we look at this game, this is a match where the teams in the middle and the bottom of the pack are going to be able to capitalize the most, respectively, rather than the teams at the top end, unless Division X can somehow find a way to essentially wipe out Magic Esports and then push in from the north. That's really the avenue for them to capitalize on the misfortunes of the top 3 teams and look to get some points for themselves here in this match, which has been a match that's been hard to come by for the top teams in terms of getting points. 5 kills for Magic Esports, though, gets them a little bit further separation from Angel Alliance in 9th spot at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. It's more of our mid-pack we're looking at the moment. The Magic Esports, Angel Alliance, VTR, they're all in close proximity from the future. Probably be hoping that they can have a decent game here and can quite easily actually put themselves almost into that top 8 if they can get a win out of this game. VTR pushing into the center of the zone, putting himself, Seymour, in a very good position. As long as he doesn't get spotted here, it's a great spot. Should be able to push into the top 5 teams later. But we've still got the likes of Division X and Magic Esports who still need to push into the circle. They've got Angel Alliance on the outskirts, and then they've got From the Future just on the other side. So it does look like Magic Esports will be making that same rotation that VTR made and just looking to put themselves in the center of the zone.
Send it past a couple of teams. One runs into a tree. Seat swap as well. That's going to be Valix, though. Knocked by Gemforce. What a successful seat swap. Imamar's also knocked as well inside of the smoke. That would be an underarm nade. The pressure, though, from Sulaby is too much for Gemforce, who had some very heroic plays there. Imamar definitely going to bleed out. Gemforce with a very critical 2 kills for Victim Rise. Down to 22 alive, 7 teams. Cerberus. Finally, the solo for Subang will be eliminated. Did a pretty decent job to at least get them a placement point. Was a solo for the majority of this game. And Division X continued to just enjoy the fact that everyone around them is dying, which gets them into the circle with still 3 players intact. I mean, there's not too many teams with 4 up. There's only Ferox from the Future and Angel Alliance that have got 4 up.
Yeah, it's quite a decent spot from Division X. Well, relatively until this circle. Now that this circle has popped, they don't really have too many options. They'll need to take a fight, whether it's on From the Future or Angel Alliance. They just need to play for kills at the moment because placement's kind of not really in their reach at the moment. Ferox actually have made their way into the zone. Monty's got himself a decent spot on the south side. Victim Rise still has Camels left alive. Magic Gaming not too far away. Monty will look to return some shots as Tonkay does pick up Bryn. The knockout will be there, but I believe Bryn will be revived shortly.
A7 Blue now on the move. As you said, Bryn is going to be revived, picked it back up. They can get moving. The good news for Ferox as well now is that the majority of the teams are more towards the west and northern portions of the circle. They can push in comfortably, although as I say that, Rangers gets sacked by Nan of Angel Alliance. Gypsy Danger's knocked. Zuzu. I see what he can find. 3 kills from the future. Little success right now so far tonight. They need something from this, but the fact that all 3 are sort of huddled together does not spell good news. Very much the meat in the sandwich. A lot of teams looking at their direction right now. Long K pushing right up to this fence line as well. He's not going to be able to see anything. The flash is going to be thrown way too far, but it does successfully land onto Zuzu. They turn around to Long K, but it's actually going to be the other 2 players, the anchors there for Division X Gaming. The Long K just now on the edge of the smoke, catches Hexagon. Zuzu, the last one standing for From the Future. It's a 3K for Division X Gaming. In the end, though, they do get all 4 members of From the Future. And in the end, they've still got, what is it going to be, 3 players alive down to the final 4 teams and should be able to leapfrog Fury and get into the top 3. IQ 500 gets the flanking Elgin bots as well. That was going to be potentially the nail in the coffin. And they deal with him.
They do, and now Magic Esports has to deal with Ferox. And as I say that, they just clean up Bryn and Sweet Soul, the last 2 players. Long K proning it up, looking towards Angel Alliance. Angel Alliance still 3 strong. Magic Esports with 2 left. Evil Patrick will get his flush onto Fergus, and Nan's currently holding the center of the zone for Angel Alliance right now. So even if Long K, never mind, Long K is now dead to Valax. So we're up to a 2v3. Magic Esports with 2. Angel Alliance on 3, and Angel Alliance probably holding the higher tier position right now with Nan in the dead center of the circle.
They started today in the top 8. Did Angel Alliance a win here? Gets them back into the top 8. Oh, Valix spotted. Great headshot from Evil Patrick, though the shots to follow, less than ideal. That's not going to go on the montage highlight reel, but he does get the knock onto Valix in the end, and Sulaby in a 1 versus 3. Angel Alliance from the Philippines are going to find their first chicken dinner for PCS3 Apac, unless Sulaby can somehow pull off a 1 versus 3. Not likely, you would think from here. Credit to Angel Alliance. This feels like it has been coming for quite a while. Their performances have been outstanding to watch so far for PCS3 Apac. They've deserved a top 8 finish. Still a couple of games to go, but they are going to find this first chicken dinner. 7-kill win for Angel Alliance, back into the top 8. And what a successful